Oi, Bloxys! Aqui é a Bloxymila na bonequinha da Bloxycamy. Tudo bem com vocês, Bloxys? Então, vocês estão de férias? Essa é uma pergunta que eu faço pra vocês. Por quê? Porque as crianças na Inglaterra, elas não estão de férias e elas estão em casa mais uma vez com aulas online por conta da pandemia. Vocês tiveram aulas online, Bloxys? Eu não sei se vocês sabem, a sede do Adopt Me fica na Inglaterra. E hoje, gente, a gente traz para vocês uma entrevista da BBC4 de Londres. É uma rádio super importante para o mundo inteiro, que entrevista um dos desenvolvedores do Adopt Me, o David Sttater. E olha, se você tá aqui e você ainda não é um Bloxy, já deixa seu like, se inscreve no canal e ativa o sininho das notificações, porque aqui no canal a gente traz todo tipo de vídeo divertido, das mais variadas gameplay do Roblox, como claro, né, o Adopt Me, que a gente ama jogar, e também a gente traz notícias e vídeos diferentes, como o de hoje, que vocês vão amar. Deu bastante trabalho para traduzir, mas que tá muito interessante. Então, já se inscreveu? Já deixou seu like e ativou o sininho? Então vamos continuar. E o David vai falar justamente sobre o crescimento do número de jogadores e tudo que o Adopt Me mudou por conta disso durante a pandemia. O Adopt Me, assim como outros jogos, cresceu muito e ele vai falar sobre tudo que mudou no Adopt Me. Na entrevista também está a Lydia Winters, que é uma desenvolvedora do Minecraft. Ela está no Minecraft, Bloxys, desde antes da Microsoft ter comprado o Minecraft. O Minecraft, se vocês não sabem, é uma empresa sueca que foi comprada pela gigante Microsoft. E na entrevista de hoje, eles dois falaram muitas coisas interessantes sobre esse período da pandemia e sobre tudo que o jogo mudou. A entrevista tá bem legal e eu digo pra vocês, assistam e ouçam tudo até o final, porque o David falou bastante coisa. A gente traduziu pra vocês a entrevista que foi na rádio, então a Cami vai ficar passeando aqui pelo jogo enquanto a gente ouve a entrevista dos dois desenvolvedores do Minecraft e do Adopt Me falando com o entrevistador da BBC4 de Londres. Vamos ao vídeo? Então foi isso. Vamos lá. Beijo, Bloxys!
This is the BBC.
Hi, I'm Joe Tidy, and this is the Media Show from BBC Radio 4. Hello, it's day 2 of Lockdown 3 for England. Schools are shut all across the UK and screens are the only route to teachers and friends our children now have. And it's the same for us adults really, isn't it? But something that's received a major boost during the pandemic is the popularity of video games that you can play together online. I've got with me two people behind some of the biggest games on the planet. David Sttater is from Adopt Me, which is an insanely popular game on Roblox. If you know a child under the age of 12 or so, there's a very real chance they'll be able to tell you all about it. And Lydia Winters is chief storyteller at Mojang Studios, which makes Minecraft. Give us a sense of the numbers you've been seeing in-game. David, how many players are on Adopt Me at the moment?
Right this second, there's probably close to about 400,000 people playing, but last month we saw approximately 64 million monthly users in the month of December.
Incredible. And Lydia, what sort of a boost has Minecraft had in player activity since the pandemic started?
Yeah, we've seen quite a boost. We're at 132 million players a month right now, and we saw a 90% increase in multiplayer. So people really want to play together right now.
So, homeschool officially finished a couple of hours ago. Parents are relaxing in the staff room. I can almost hear the corks popping out of wine bottles. And what about the pupils? What are they doing? Their homework? Probably not. They're probably playing video games or chatting with their mates. We've got the opportunity now to hear from two people behind some of the games they're most likely to be playing on. Lydia Winters is the chief storyteller at Mojang Studios, which makes Minecraft one of the biggest games in the world. David Sttater is from Adopt Me, a game on the hugely popular Roblox. Lydia, explain in 30 seconds, if you can, what Minecraft is.
Minecraft is a game about placing and breaking blocks. It is an open world game where you can choose and do whatever you want.
And it's massively popular. What sort of ages do you think are most likely to be playing?
I mean, we have such a wide range of players. I think our average age is still in the 20s, which surprises a lot of
Really?
people. But we have such a such a huge spread of ages playing.
Is there an age, a minimum age?
No, I mean, we've seen as young as like 3, 4 playing. If you could use an iPad, you could play, or we have a lot of, PC players that are older. So very, very spread out.
So it's firmly in the in the family-friendly genre of video games, just like Roblox. David, the thing about your game, Adopt Me, is there's actually not much to do in it. It's all about interacting with your friends and making up games together. Do you look at it as a sort of digital school playground? And is that one of the appeals right now?
I think that's a really good way to describe our game. There is stuff to do. It's not as sandbox as some might think, but yeah, it is. It's the world of imagination. So the game is about friends, family, raising pets, decorating your home. But that's the core game, as you say. It's like the school playground. The limits are your imagination.
And what is the bit that you make, the Adopt Me side, which is actually the most popular game inside Roblox, isn't it? What do you actually do in that?
I personally manage the communications team, so we're working on the YouTube side of things and the social media. But when I'm in game, I tend to play a lot of the kind of decorating home side of things. I've spent a disproportionate amount of time decorating my in-game house as opposed to my new house I bought last year.
Superb. So what percentage of British kids do you reckon you are now reaching, David?
We've done a little bit of crunching over the Christmas, and we're estimating around a third of under 16s in the UK play our game.
And how does your game fit into the Roblox world in terms of the sort of business relationship? Do you pay to have your game inside Roblox?
No. So one of the great things about Roblox is they provide all the tools that you as a designer need to create your game. A very diverse platform that you can create what you want. So there are first-person shooters, there are role-playing games, but we kind of fit into the role-playing game in a bit of more of an expansive way.
And I've mentioned the huge growth that you've experienced during the pandemic, and we've heard some of your eye-watering numbers. But what does it look like in terms of the business? Lydia, you're a Swedish company in origin, now, of course, owned by Microsoft. Have you been run off your feet? Are you having to hire more developers? What does it look like when a game goes through such exponential growth?
Yeah, I mean, we've grown so much since the acquisition. I was part of the team when we were acquired, and we were around 30 people. And now we're somewhere in the 400 to 500, which is a lot of growth, but also not that much compared to the size of our player base. But definitely this year, we've seen, a huge growth, especially with people being at home. And then obviously with Minecraft Education Edition, we're suddenly seeing even more students and teachers playing.
As a media giant, what do you have to do when you get so many more people logging on? Do you have to scale up in terms of the servers or the technical sides of business? Can you kind of describe that to us?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different facets of the business that you need to scale up and make sure things are running smoothly, that we can handle the amount of players. For our education edition, it's thinking about the content and suddenly teachers needing kind of more lesson plans, more opportunity to be with their students in the game. We also released lessons in education for the first time in our Minecraft marketplace so that anyone can use them, because all of a sudden in March, we realized students are at home now. So how can we contribute overall to education and learning when everyone is at home? So it's a lot of different facets of the business and thinking about how we can sort of scale up while also realizing as you hire new people, they're coming into a company at a time where they're not meeting any of their colleagues in real life. So it's definitely an interesting challenge, but one we feel privileged to take on, as we know that there's a lot of businesses that are struggling right now.
But David, in terms of Roblox and Adopt Me, tell us about your experience of the last, 9 months? Has it been much busier now that you've got far more players?
Yes, for sure. We were seeing a healthy curve as we were growing, like coming into 2020, but that was definitely kind of supported by the fact there were a significant number of people that couldn't go to the park, they couldn't go to the cinema, they couldn't do anything really that fun except for use their imagination and play games at home. And we kind of ticked a lot of boxes for the people that were looking for things to do.
And I'm interested in how you're both making money from this incredible growth you've had. David, Adopt Me and Roblox, the world it sits in, they're both free to download. Is that correct? So how do you make money? Is it in-app purchases?
Yeah, pretty much. We're a free-to-play game. You don't need to put any money into our game to kind of get the majority of the benefits from it. Like most free-to-play games, the in-game purchases just help you kind of get there that little bit quicker.
And what sort of things are you able to buy? Is it pets?
So you have a variety of different pets. We try to release different themes. So each egg will have a kind of randomized pet that you will get from the collection. So kind of like when you put the 50p in the machine, you kind of turn it around, you get a little egg, and there's the randomness to it. And that's part of the appeal, is you don't quite know which pet you're going to get. But one of the great things about it is it kind of provides a collaborative space for friends. Instead of competing, we find our players collaborate. So if you can't get all the pets you need to create the rare neon pet, you work with your friends to kind of split it together, and then you share the result from that.
Or you bug your parents until they hand over the pocket money, right?
There is that.
One of the things we've seen with other games like Angry Birds, all the lucrative spin-offs, merchandise and films, is this something you're planning to do in 2021?
We're looking at a variety of different ways that we can expand our business. Yes, pretty much. We have a limited merch range at the moment. We're certainly looking to expand on that. We're still a small team. As Lydia explained, like pre-acquisition, they had a small team. We have 40 now. We had it somewhere in the 20s at the start of 2020. So we've seen double the growth in our team, 150% increase in our player base in the space of a year. So we are still privately owned. We're making good money, but that money is being reinvested into our product.
So hang on, are you saying you've only got about 80 people in your team?
40.
And 60 million players?
Yeah, I'll let you do the ratio of working out how many we're responsible for each, but it's a lot.
And Lydia, Minecraft is a different proposition, isn't it? It's not free to play. You have to pay up front for the game, but you also make a huge amount of money through in-app purchases, don't you?
Yes, we have the premium game, which is Minecraft, and then we have a creator community who's creating new experiences through the Minecraft marketplace that people can purchase, and there's a subscription for that.
Well, that's all we have time for today. Thank you very much to Lydia Winters from Minecraft. David Sttater is from the Roblox game Adopt Me. Thank you very much for everyone for all your contributions, and thanks very much for listening.